The number of New Jersey children living in low-income families has grown steadily worse since 2005. Families have to make a heart-wrenching decision to pay the rent or put food on the table.
And here's my little girl. Layla. Say hi. 3 people monthly. You telling me they can live off of $500 a month? I couldn't afford the rent. My child support check was like $40. I looked at it and I said, oh my goodness, how am I gonna pay the rent? And I began to worry. And then I said, no, see, worrying is lack of faith. And I didn't know how I was gonna pay the rent. So they took me to court. The landlord had took me to court and they told me I only had a couple of days for an eviction.
At Interfaith Hospitality Network of Essex County, we work with each family that come into our shelter to help them find housing to maintain for their children.
You just don't think that you're one step away from being in a shelter or being homeless. You never think, I didn't think in a million years that within a week's time I could go from being at home to being in a shelter. It broadened my view of what homelessness is.
You learn a lot and you get to experience people that you might not necessarily realize are right there in your community. So I think particularly for our children to be involved, it's critical that they understand that to become in a homeless situation is something that could happen to anybody, and that there are members of their community who need just a little bit of assistance and that they can be a part of that.
I'll pour some bubbles in there, don't worry.
Everywhere we went, you know, the congregations were really accommodating and you meet some really good people just to even talk to, you know. Sometimes you kind of need that too.
Look what we have over here. We have some straw.
Interfaith Hospitality Network has a long tradition of providing volunteer opportunities for young people. Whether it's collecting school supplies, organizing a local fundraiser, or doing an activity in one of our host congregations.
My name is Adam Friedman and I am part of a Jewish program called the Diller Team Fellows, and as part of this program I chose to work with IHN on this back to school bash. I collected money from different people that I know and was able to buy 50 backpacks, and then a week and a half ago me and a few friends came here. We sorted all the school supplies that IHN has and all the school supplies that I collected, and we put them all in the backpacks, and then today we will be giving them to the kids. Enjoy it, it's really cool. Look at the front. Look at this.
Isn't that nice?
It is an awesome backpack. Enjoy your school year.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Children and teen volunteers feel good about themselves. As they become adults, they are more likely to have a strong work ethic and to affect positive change in their communities.
I'm at IHN helping out at the back to school party.
My son Javon, who went to college, received a backpack from you, and I opened it and I saw Javon, best of luck in college, Adam. So now that I know who Adam is, I want to thank you personally. So I want to give you a hug.
I'd like to award Adam with this certificate. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
It's really great.
I want my children, I don't know why I'm saying this, I just want them to be better than me. I really do. Because sometimes I feel like it's my fault because I didn't get enough education or, you know. Education is a very vital element that we need, you know.
Homeless children have less chance of succeeding in school. 75% perform below grade level in reading, and many repeat a grade.
He was going out. How do you know it's a he? Do you know that yet or not?
No.
Okay. When there's major things going on in the child's life, it affects them academically.
Pete's cool.
Right here. And for me, the priority is not always academics. The priority is about the child himself first, and then I go into the academics.
I didn't choose to be homeless. I never thought that I would have to be, but after going through the program, I know what it feels like. It has changed the way that I perceive homelessness, and after experiencing something like that, I knew that I had to give back in the way that I could. And the only way that I could at that time was through my art.
Come be the taxi driver.
Yes, that's right. I'm flipping it. This is improv. And you have a really natural way of being on stage, which is really good. Okay. I mean, in the acting class, we are able to use improvisational games and conversations that would normally happen in a regular classroom setting happen in our class. I think that it encourages them to be able to just be comfortable with who they are.
Children at Interfaith Hospitality Network of Essex County can benefit from a 5-day after-school tutoring and enrichment program to help them build self-esteem and academic success.
A breakthrough or connection is when they just respond. You know, like some don't even smile. So if you get a smile, as you know, if you get a smile, then that's a breakthrough right there. And usually, once you do that little personal breakthrough, you find that they really know more academically than they appear to know.
Never in a million years would I think that I would be in this position, and with my daughter, but she's doing great. She likes to be here. You know, at times when I'm having a hard time, she's like, "Mommy, we go back to the church, we go back to the church," at the end of the day, and sometimes it's like, "Oh Lord," but you know, I tell her yes, and she's happy about that. It's just been really, really positive for her.